Hello everyone, today we are going to work on parry ability for our turn-based combat system. So here, let me do an attack, and if I time the parry correctly, that's the parry. Character jumps back. Similarly, let me try again. So if I do the parry action too quickly, see, I got hit. Even though my character did the parry, it didn't work. So we might need some more UI feedback to show that we attempted to parry but we failed. But we're just focusing on the parry ability itself today. Let me time correctly this time. Right, so yeah, let's work on parrying in this episode. And before we get started, the full playlist of this project is available in my channel. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself. Everything is implemented from scratch and explained, so feel free to check it out. And also, if you choose to become a member of my veteran page, you can access the full project. And not just that, there are all the thousands of projects I have done in my channel. Everything would be accessible for you if you become a member, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in description below. And yeah, now let's get started with parrying. Okay, so first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a parry ability that just grant the parry tag, or the tag that would determine if the character can successfully parry the attack. That would be a limited time tap-like tag, because that's why we time the parry. So yeah, here let's create a new gameplay ability blueprint, and I'll choose CLM based ability as the parent. Let's call it GA. What should I call it? Start parry. Should I call try parry? Let's just call it start parry. Okay, now here all I need to do is maybe we can play an animation montage. So get skeletal mesh from actor info montage. So I want to play, I have a couple of montages. I have this move to target montage. This is that animation. So I'm gonna play this. So the character will play this if I press parry. Okay. And here on interrupted, either on interrupted or on completed, I'll end the ability. And also let's create a gameplay effect. Gameplay effect under here, do we? No. Okay, that's fine. Let's create a blueprint class. Gameplay effect. Let's call it GE parry tag. Okay, so here let's add a component, grant tags to the target actor. So here add tags. So I wanna add ability combat, say parry. Oh, parry. Just wait. No, this is not ability. This is more like a state of the character. So therefore, character state. Yeah, here character combat here in the same level as Dojin. I'll add parry. Correct, yeah. And I'll assign it. And this should has a duration. So let's say 1 second. We can reduce this if we want to make the timing of the parrying much a bit harder for the player. So yeah, this should be fine for now. Now I'll start parry. Here I'll grant this. Apply gameplay effect to all, and the gameplay effect class is parry tag. Okay, now we need to activate this ability GA start parry. So I'll add this to the base ability set of the character, which is TA default abilities. This one. Start parry. Now we need to assign a tag for this. So last default asset tag ability combat. Let's add a sub tag start parry. Start parry. Okay. Now we need to call this start parry ability from our enemy attack UI here. We are using RT for parry, so let's go here, IART, and I need this started event. So here, if same as Dojin, I can do this. We duplicate, get the current match and get the player party member, get the target player party member, and then we can activate ability by tag. Now here the tag is make literal gameplay tag ability combat start parry. Maybe now that we are here, instead of this dodge activating by class, let's activate it through the tag. That was something, because now that we have the default ability set created in the last episode, we can activate them by tag. Dodge. Oh, I don't think I assigned the tag here. Yeah. Ability combat. This is not relevant to what we are doing today, but let me just do it since I just noticed it here. Right. Okay, now let's see if the parrying works. Alright. Let's go here. Yeah, it did work. But since we are not immune to the attack, when we parry, it was cancelled. So yeah, let me show again. And this time I'll slow down so you can see. I have this shortcut set up to slow down. See, now characters start in the parry, but that, notice, but since we haven't actually implemented the parry action, it's just start parry, so nothing is actually happening. Okay, right, now let's create another, the actual parry action. So how do we do that? So for that, we need to do the parry in here in the base attack, and we can, so this is where we do the hit. So this is the primary attack. Let's go here and let's add a notifier, maybe right before the hit. Well, actually no, we can use the same notifier. So let's go here. If we have on the target enemy, if we have a function that we can call something like parry, and if it returns a true, that means the actual parrying is happening. So let's go to our base character and let's add a function. Let's call it parry attack, or just parry, and it should return a boolean. So here let's get the ability system, activate ability by tag, and visual tag container. Let's add ability combat. Let's add another tag here, parry. So this is the actual parry, not the start parry, the actual parry. So just parry. Okay, then I'll return this. So if this is a success, this will be returned as a true, otherwise false. Okay, now assuming this ability is not implemented yet, but one more thing, maybe when we parry, we should have a target as well. So let's put target and like this. Now here in the base attack, before attempting to react, let's check if we can parry the attack. So we can do that. Here we have the target enemy, parry this, and then only if this is false, if this is true, we don't need to do anything. Only if this is false, we can attempt this react to attack. If this is true, let's just wait, let's say like, or maybe 2 seconds, and return to the original location, end the ability. Yeah, the target enemy is the attacker. Right, now this wouldn't make a difference, but let's just see. Because it's always going to return false now, as we don't have an actual parry ability created yet. Okay, right, now let's create a parry ability. So how do we do that? Okay, let's create some effect that's similar to this damage flash, this effect. Oh wait, not this one. This is very real. Similar to this. Let me duplicate this. NS, let's call it parry flash. I'll move it one level above. Maybe we don't need a separate folder yet. So here, I don't need this cloud burst. I'll just keep this directional burst and change the color to maybe yellow. Copy the color to the trail asset. Yeah, like this. Okay, now we have a quick sum effect to show that the parrying is actually working. So let's go to our gas folder and let's create a new ability. Gameplay ability. I'll choose base ability as the parent and let's call it GA Parry. So I'll assign the set tag ability combat parry. So here I'll get our actor from actor info and pass to CLM based character because we need to access the target enemy. Get actor location. On this location, maybe let's get the transform. Get actor transform. Here, I'll spawn system at location. So I'll choose the parry flash. Location this, rotation this, scale, no need to change, maybe this to release. And yeah, that's all I want to do. And ability. For now, that's all I want to do. Okay, now I'll assign this ability also as one of the default ability. GA Parry. Now, oh, one more thing. In order to activate this, we should have this activation required tag. Character should be in the parrying state in order to activate this. Alright, now let's see. we did see the flash. So yeah, it is working as intended. But if I reduce the timing, for example here, grant parry tag, let me change this to 0.5. So if I press the parry too early, now it shouldn't activate. Yeah, let's test. See, I got hit even though I did the parry action. Let me try again with proper timing this time. So when the enemy is close to me, I'll press parry. See, now that worked. Great. Okay, so now the actual attacking when we do the parry. So for that, I think we can do the same thing we did with the base attack, which is this is primary attack. Play the primary attack, and on the notifier we can do a reaction. So yeah, let's do the same thing. That's the parry, G parry. Yeah. Skeletal mesh. It's skeletal mesh component from act info. And wait, hold on. Let's put this in a variable. Let's call it attacker. On touch. And here I do primary attack. The difference. Which one am I using here? Primary attack, aim on touch. Okay, let's do that. And here on notify begin, I don't need to check the notify, not necessary. Anyway, let's do that. What's the harm? So from the attacker, I can get target enemy and react to attack. Do that. Make it. Maybe we can do this whole thing. This flashing effect as well. So yeah, why not? Same. And after all this, we can end this ability. Oh, actually, no need to do that. We can end the ability here on complete. Okay, now let's see. It did hit. But the moving back was not. Why didn't we see the jumping? Alright, I know why. Best attack. We didn't do this backward. Yeah, we need to have this. Otherwise, we wouldn't see the jump in. Actually, we might need to do the whole thing. Because this would be interrupted. If parrying happens, this would be interrupted. So we need to do this part as well. This should work now. Let's see. Yeah, that's correct. So the parrying is working. But we didn't see the health bar. So it is reduced, but we didn't see when the parrying happens. We will do the showing health bar part maybe in another episode. Right now I'm going to stop this episode right here. So let me show the demonstration again, the final demonstration. Select target, tag. Yeah, great. And yeah, this time I'll do a quick attempt just to make sure that the timing is important. Yeah, see. Okay. All right. That's all for today. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available for download here in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.